I'm on my last night of my 2-week long trip. I've been living out of this thing for 2 weeks. In that time, I've found some things that I absolutely love, things that have worked really, really well, and also some things that have failed that I didn't expect to fail, and it's kind of put a damper on the trip to an extent. In no particular order, of all the good things, the Renogy solar panels that I have that were sent to me by Roller Solar up in Brisbane, they are bloody sensational. They charge these batteries so fast. So I've got it set up for both in the camper and the cruiser. In the cruiser, I've got 150 amp hours of lithium, and it charges it so fast. There's been a couple of times where I've spent 2 nights in the one spot, and so they didn't charge off the alternator, and by God, that thing charges fast. For the camper, it's similar, but we'll get onto the camper in just a second because there's something wrong with the 12 volts in that. What else? This campfire here, this Darche, they're all very similar in the fold-out sort of setup that they are. The flat pack version, you know what I'm talking about here. This is a Darche 450mm one, and it's bloody awesome. I can't recommend this thing enough. I think they're all pretty well the same. I think they are. I'm not 100%. But this thing is just awesome. There's a few campsites that I've been to where there's a fire pit in situ, and I've set them up a few times and I've always been disappointed. There's not enough airflow. A friend of mine has bought one of these, a Sanhima one, and he said there's no airflow through it. It doesn't get hot enough. And I said, did you put the little trivet in there? And he's like, no, it's only for heat beads. I'm like, put the trivet in there. The heat that comes out of these things when you put the trivet in is fantastic, and you can pick it up and move it around. I just love it. 30-second awning. I've had it set up a few times, just in different places where I couldn't do this awning. I've got to be honest, I like that awning, the 30-second awning, much better than this awning, the 23.0 one. And I actually thought for a while about swapping them over, taking it off the cruiser and putting it onto the camper. I can't, because where the kitchen slides out on here, that 270 awning, not all 270 awnings are the same. This one here comes out further. I think it's 2.1 or 2.7, something like that. So it's quite wide out from the vehicle. You can come out a long way from the vehicle, where this one is a bit more narrower, but this one folds out both ways. It goes around the back of the vehicle and it goes forward, covering the kitchen. So the 30-second awning won't work in that situation here. I'm not sure what the solution is for this awning here. It works, and it works fine. It just takes a little bit longer to set up. In saying that, I'm pulling the fly shit out of the pepper here. This is a bloody good setup. I just like that awning better because it's quicker. That's all. There's 2 things that I never thought I would actually like to have. I never thought I would have it. One is a shower tent, and I've got a video done for this. I'm just not sure if this one will come out before that video, but the shower tent that I've got is a Sanhima one. All shower tents are going to be roughly the same, right? I just love having it. There's been a few times where I've been in locations where there's not a public shower there, and I still want to have a shower at the end of the day, but there are other people around. So this thing sets up really well. I've got it hanging off the other side of the camper here, and I just bought a foam mat from BCF to put on the ground. I've got my Crocs in the back there, or wear thongs, whatever the hell you want to wear, and you stay pretty clean, but it doubles up as the second thing that I never thought I would ever get, which is a toilet, the portable toilet. It fits in the box just there. It's a 345, I think. I'll do a review on that one in the next week or two. It's just a toilet. It's not that bloody hard. But they work so much different to what I thought they would. Like, it's in a pretty tight spot in there, that box at the front of the camper. And when I open up that box to get the toilet out, you don't smell a damn thing. I've got it in a Bushman's cover. But even when you open the Bushman's cover, it doesn't smell. I'm pretty impressed with how well that works. But I'll do a more in-depth review, if you like, on that one. The camper trailer in general it's near friggin' perfect, this thing. I love having it sit behind the vehicle. It sits in the same wheel ruts as the vehicle almost. You don't know it's there towing. I've overtaking trucks and stuff going uphill. It's a powerful car, don't get me wrong, but I've had it tuned and all the rest of it. But you just don't know it's there. I think it weighs like 1,400 kilos, something like that, and it just flies along. I can't rate it enough, but it's practical. The amount of water that it holds is perfect for me. Filling this up is dead set easy. I just fill it underneath there from the drain tap. I've just got a little connector there that I fill up, and the hose is up there in the cage at the top. The cage, I can hold enough wood in there to do me 2 nights, I would say, depending on how long I burn for, obviously. But if I'm cooking on this, which I will tonight, I will use probably like 2/3 to 1 full side of wood here, which equates to, I don't know, maybe 10 logs, like this sort of size. Like that there. I might use 10 of those in a night. I'll split some up for kindling and that. When you fill this up with wood, it's going to do you for 2 or 3 nights sort of thing, which is great. Holds water, holds wood, holds all your food and everything else. The bed's quite comfortable. It tows so well. I'm so impressed with it. The other thing that I'm really surprised how much I like is this bloody thing, this chair. And I've done a review on this one. Again, I'm not sure if that'll come out before this video or the next one, but this is a Sanhema chair that the guys from Vic Off-Road sent to me, and the same with the shower tent. This is a bloody comfortable chair. It reclines as well to an extent. Like, it's not a full-on recliner lounge sort of chair, but I can sit here working on my laptop on that table there, or if I'm eating dinner or whatever, it sits there just like a regular chair. But you can also lean back on it, and it's bloody comfortable. Like, even the arms are padded. I really like it. Which brings me on to the things that I don't like. It's not so much that I don't like what they are, it's more that they failed on this trip. And keep in mind, I've done about 70-30, maybe 80-20 bitumen versus off-road. There's been nothing that's been horrendous with off-roading. There's been no big old bloody corrugations and stuff. Things have failed. This has been a trip really for me to go and film these sorts of videos out in the bush in different locations, and also for my other YouTube channel, which is all about astrophotography. And I don't know if you can see the sky behind you, up behind me, I should say, but it's all cloudy, and that's the way it's been for pretty much the whole freaking trip. There's been a couple of days where it's been clear, and I've got some brilliant photos like these, and they're on the other channel. But the things that have failed on this, and that's the Selfie booster, that thing failed me. And this was the main trip that I wanted it on, and it was the biggest disappointment of the trip, because I'm going from town to town to town to town, and I accept that we live in, we're on the way down, especially back down from Brisbane. The towns are, it's kind of very, very rural, so you don't get reception between towns. I get that. I'm totally cool with that. That's where we live. But when there's one bar on this, on the phone, it should be boosting that, and it's not. And when I log into the unit from my phone, there's a fault on it. And the fault basically says your antenna's screwed, your internal antenna's screwed, all the unit's screwed. Basically take it back to where you bought it from. I was gutted about that. It worked part of the way up, and then probably around about Coffs Harbour or so is where it died, and it just really pissed me off because I had no reception. I would be talking to Sarah on the phone, going from town to town, and the phone would just drop out. Where I am now, there's 2 bars of 5G. I should be able to just turn the car on and get full noise, full signal, but I'm not getting that. I have to take that back and get that fixed. It was bloody disappointing, let me tell you. The last thing, it's not nothing, it didn't break. It's just not quite what I'm after. In here, we've got, I think it's 120 litres of water. There's plenty of water on here. And the water pump that was originally in this trailer apparently was very, very loud. And the water pump that's in there now, the fellow who we bought this off, he's a plumber. Really, really nice guy. The pressure isn't there, though. To have a shower, it's great to have a shower, but you'd like a bit more pressure coming out of that Joogler system, and it is the pump. It's not nearly as powerful. If you might remember, I've had a Sanhema pressurized hot water thing on the back of on top of the cruiser for a while there. Awesome bit of kit, and I could throw that water from me past where the camera is there easily with that system. This, I'd be struggling to reach halfway to where you are there. And that's really, the shower just takes longer than what it should because of that. When you're filling up the sink to do dishes and stuff, and these are all luxury things, and these are very much first world problems, but when you're filling up the sink or filling up the billy to boil the billy, it just takes bloody ages. So at some point I'm going to have to put up a new water pump into this. Can you guys let me know if you've got a trailer similar to this, a camper trailer at all, water in your vehicle? What is your litre per minute pump that you've got? I'm kind of curious, especially if you have a shower with it. How fast is your pump pumping? I'm not sure what the one in here is, but it certainly doesn't seem like it's fast enough for doing what we're doing. That's been a pretty good comprehensive shakedown of the vehicle. It's been away a long time. I've been wholly and solely sufficient on these 2 things, the vehicle and the trailer, and I couldn't be happier, really. Like, there's a couple of things that died, but shit, that's all fixable stuff. Anyways, that's it, guys. Hope you got something out of that. I'll see you next time.